Neolithic. Like, humans have been moving on this planet for a very long time. And when you look at the development from the Paleolithic all the way to the present, it paints a much bigger, wider picture of what human migration is about. It also opened a vantage point into thinking about movement. Specifically, this moment, like, epiphany occurred to me reading Aristotle's Politics, which is, yeah, we are, the birth sites of Aristotle and family. But Aristotle was like the vision into that. But he's like, oh yeah, the reason why migrants are sort of fundamentally, inferior, enslavable barbarians is because and one of the reasons is they don't have the logos, they can't speak Greek, and so they don't have political speech, they don't have reason, and it's because they're always moving around that they're just so unstable, like fundamentally unstable. They don't have like a central place. So he criticized nomads and people that moved around, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, like, thinking about his politics in this way, there's so many contemporary overlaps with Aristotle, even though it's not like Donald Trump and all these people are reading Aristotle. They don't need to. They've just internalized deeply this Western philosophical tradition. So he doesn't understand that there's a cosmological view that Aristotle holds that grounds that. The idea that the unmoved mover is what's really important, that he doesn't move, that he sets the world into motion, and that motion has like a directionality to it, a telos. In any case, that connection made me realize, like, oh, like the subordination of migrants and this history of understanding migration and migrants as inferior people is actually related to like a deeper kind of philosophical commitment. And that commitment is to something static, that doesn't move, that doesn't change. And then I was like, oh, wow, that's actually almost everywhere. And then I went on looking at all these philosophers, like, well, are there any exceptions? No, it's like everybody, I mean, scientists, philosophers, the Western European tradition is deeply committed to explaining motion by something else. And that's what I started to realize at that point. And I was like, oh, wow, this has aesthetic implications. This has implications for history. This has implications for the sciences, obviously politics and ontology. And then that set off the next 10 years of writing books about movement, because it really got under my skin. It was like something I felt was being hidden. Maybe that's just the suspicious philosopher, critical philosopher in me that's like, what are you hiding? Like, why are you so afraid of movement that you always have to explain it? Like, you can't just be okay with it. You're like, people move and things move and change, but there's not like a sufficient reason, or there's not an ultimate cause or an unmoved mover, but they're just not happy with that. And I was like, why are you not happy with that? What is it about this tradition that has to be nearly what's that?